Mike Kliss finally gives Broncos country some clarity and some transparency on Greg Dulcich's injury situation. Apparently, the man had off-season foot surgery. Bringing in this article that Kliss released just a few minutes ago on 9news.com, fingers crossed, Dulcich is nearing his return from a foot injury that required off-season surgery. He initially suffered the foot injury in his first practice back from a hamstring injury in December. Those hamstring injuries had been a recurring problem for Dulcich. He finished 2022 on IR with a hamstring issue. Then he tweaked that hamstring again in week 1 against the Raiders right before halftime, and we hadn't seen him after that point. He returned to the practice field, I believe it was December 13th, 2023, and in that practice, his foot swelled up. After Dulcich consulted with multiple foot specialists, surgery was the recommended course. Since day one, Dulcich has done everything asked of him according to those close to the situation. He's never missed a rehab session, staying in Denver to work in rehab while so many others left during breaks. It was also mentioned that the surgery was done well before the start of free agency in March, and Dulcich is expected back soon. There's a chance he can join his teammates on the practice field before the offseason program concludes June 13th. I'm going to believe that one whenever I see it. I hope that Greg can get out there. He's been on the side field for the entirety of Broncos off-season workouts, so it seems he's progressing well from this foot injury. And I'm frustrated for Greg, and just like it mentions in this article, nobody is more frustrated than himself, and I totally understand that. Dulcich wants to be on the field. This isn't a situation where he doesn't want to be on the field, but the injuries just keep biting, man. And there's a hope that Greg Dulcich, just like this article mentions, that he could go on to have a Julius Thomas-type resurgence in year 3 after being plagued by injuries in the first 2 seasons of his career. I would hope that for Greg Dulcich more than anybody. I really would, but there are other guys in that tight end room, such as Lucas Kroll, that are going to be vying for that starting tight end job with Greg Dulcich not out there. I hope he can get out there soon and these hamstring injuries and these foot injuries are finally behind him. And when he does get back out there, I'm curious as to what role the Denver Broncos envision for Greg Dulcich. If you guys will remember, in training camp and in the preseason last year, Greg Dulcich was mostly being utilized as a big slot receiver rather than a true inline tight end. I'm curious if that's going to continue, or maybe they do want to try him a little bit more inline at tight end just to see if he can develop into that position as a blocker. There's no doubt about his skills as a receiver. His skills as a blocker are what need to improve in order for him to become a 3-down tight end. Remember, Adam Troutman was listed as the Denver Broncos starting tight end heading into last year before Dulcich got hurt. And there's a reason for that. So here's hoping that all of Dulcich's growth and development hasn't been stunted by these injuries, and when he gets back out there, he'll be able to sort of pick up where he left off. All right, Broncos country, I am curious, now that we have some clarity on this Greg Dulcich situation, how confident are you that he's going to be able to bounce back and be an impact player for this team? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.